I gathered a majority of the material, basically all of it actually, before I went ahead and started again. Oh, yeah, forgot the lithium up top. See, the one thing I don't understand is why the character owes so much money. Like, yes, I can understand him needing to pay full price for the material he brings off the planet, but it's like, even paying like partial for the stuff he builds, but it's like, for an instance, it's like, I shouldn't have to pay for any of these materials. I shouldn't have to pay for the ion cubes that I'm leaving behind. Even the eggs and stuff like that. I shouldn't have to pay for those. Um, like, even when it comes to the planters, it's like, and the building, it's like, really, they should be paying me for the buildings themselves that I'm leaving behind, as well as the vehicles. Because it's like, where I am on the map, well, where I have this uh, place, it's like, it's pretty safe. It's like, the only things I really have to worry about is the bone sharks. But it's like, they don't really attack the structures. Even regular. It's like, yeah, if I was building down there, I think the worm things, I do think that they do. Uh, but it's like the bone sharks, they don't mess with structures. They don't mess with anything really. They just attack actual creatures. It's not in their diet to attack structures or vehicles. But it's like, when it comes to how much I need to pay, it's like, yeah, the only things I'm really taking off the island, well, not the island, but taking off the world, is some of my equipment and the gear I'm wearing. But it's like, even then, let's say if I left all my gear here and just kept it in storage, it's like, I don't understand why I would have to pay like trillions of dollars. It's like, yeah, I can understand the cost of the rocket in itself and whatever else I bring. But it's like, everything else I shouldn't have to pay for. Like, logically. Because it's like, yeah, I got like a self-sustaining structure right here for whoever wants to come back from Altera to use, or anyone else. So it's like, I don't understand why I have to pay for it. Like, that doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. And when it comes to the platform in itself, it's like, I also don't really understand that either, because it's like, someone else could use it. This one doesn't take nearly as long as the others. Did I shut down the gun? I don't think I shut down the gun.
Neptune 1 rocket online.
Don't judge the name and stuff that I'm making for this. Some of y'all are going to get a chuckle out of it. Yes, I have to. I'm terrible with names, don't judge me. Gotta admit, that coloration is pretty good. Alright. Well, I need to do a couple things. I don't know if I shut down their gun or not. Probably not, knowing my luck. But I am... Is it all 5? Yes, that's all 5. I need one more thing. I guess I could do that. It's not like I need it anymore.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, it's like, this is like a fully set up base. It's like, yeah, I don't have water purification centers, but they're easy to make. It's like, I got food, melon for liquid. Heck, there are 3 different plants right there that are edible. I have a bioreactor, so I don't even really have to worry about electricity. And with me leaving, it's not even going to use up very much electricity, so there's a good chance that it could still be there. Not to mention, I got another edible plant plus fuel for the biogenerator. I got the creep vine, so they don't even have to worry about going in there to the stalker-infested area. This is a decent location. There's even some eggs up here that they could hatch if they want. There's some ion cubes. You got some stalker teeth, so they don't have to worry about trying to fetch those. Not too many, but still. It's like, this is a decent spot. There's even a scanner room right there that they could use. They have a ready prawn suit with basically max upgrades. They have a ready sea moth, again with full upgrades. You got the jelly diver right there, or the cyclops. Given it doesn't have any upgrades, but still, they're not hard to make. They just have to either find them or have access to them already. So it's like, they're basically fully set up. It's like, given, I don't have any other bases, but still. It's like, as long as they stumble across it, it should be fine. And it's not like my character can't just send them coordinates of where it is. Oh, yeah. So, now that I have more or less beaten the game, so again, for those that don't really watch the other ones, that group of clouds that are touching the water right here from that that group of clouds that are from this part to here, that's the Gun Island. And then you have the Aurora. It's a lot more noticeable up here for this, for these. Especially this one. Like, this one right now is very clear. That one's a little less clear, but now it's getting clear. But yeah, they're stationary clouds that don't move. They do disperse when you get close, but they come back when you come back. But yeah, it's like, I can fully understand, like, yeah, if you fill these storages with materials, I can understand having to pay for those. And I think the game kind of wants you to, but I never bother.
Auxiliary power unit online. Pressurizing hydraulics. Communications systems.
Honestly, I never really understood these.
Primary computer systems active. Life support systems online. All systems are go for liftoff.
You don't actually have to do the capsules if you don't want to. I'm not going to leave a message or anything like that. Oh, you can't put the cuttlefish in there? That is stupid. Ah, I was hoping I can cheat that system a little bit. They really don't want more than 5 cuttlefish on the world. There. Since I can't put the cuttlefish. Oh, if you don't like heights, you're not going to like this. Whee! Ow. Ah, that's stupid. You can put other eggs in there. Why can't you put cuttlefish eggs? That's kind of ridiculous. You know what I could do? I could put my swim charge fins in there. It's a 2x2 if I remember correctly. Yeah. What is something else I can put in there? I need one more object. Single spot object, that is. Because it's like, not everyone's going to find the charge fin. Actually, most people should. But it's just a matter of if or when someone finds it. What's a good single spot, well, single inventory thing? No, as long as people are following the transmissions, they shouldn't need to bother with the directional. So like, when it comes to, well, when it comes to the charge fins, it's like, yeah, if they follow the transmissions and they go to the Degasi base that's underneath the floating island, yeah, that's where you get it. But it's a matter of, do they want to build it or not? What is something else I can give them? Ooh, I got it. I kind of hope that they find it early. No, I'm not doing the charge spins. I don't think I've ever seen someone do the modules like this. I don't know if I can put them all in there. I didn't even know that the cuttlefish eggs couldn't go in there. I think the actual cuttlefish might be able to, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know why someone would put a cuttlefish in there, because they take up a 2x2 slot, if I remember correctly. Because when it comes to all these, it's like, yeah, they could find them, but it's like you need an upgrade station, and it's like by the time that someone is capable of getting the Kion crystal or Kyanite crystals uh, for these modules, it's going to be a bit and dangerous. And I haven't read of anyone putting in the modules. Hey, you can put them on there. Alright. Now, do I want to add a picture? I kind of want to complete it.
Time capsule ready.
Alright, so the rest of the time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, well, first of all, mute my mic, and I am going to go over all of these. I'm not going to be talking. I'm just going to let you guys read them. I don't really have the voice to go over all of them. But I will start at the bottom and work my way up. This is just so I make sure I get everything. I know I didn't scan 100%. There's some creatures I didn't scan. I know I didn't, but I'm not worried about them. If I remember correctly, I know I went over the Degassi logs, so I'm not going to worry about those in particularly. But I will go over everything else, so those who want to, they can at least find out a majority of the info. Alright. If I remember correctly, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I know I don't have to. But I will put everything on screen. I will keep there long enough, so if you guys want to pause it, you can. I will even go over all the voice logs. However, if I blue screen, or if I get interruption again, I am not starting another live stream. And in fact, at this point, regardless, this is going to be the last live stream for this world. I have no idea if I'm going to be doing another live stream anytime soon. If I do, it will probably be below 0. Uh, I will be doing the same thing as I did here and going through. And I'll be doing the same thing when it comes to scans. It's like I'll scan pretty much everything, and I'll do what I did like this, and I'll go through everything at the very end, right before I beat the game. When it comes to below 0, the crystal leviathans, I'm killing all 4 of them. They're annoying. I don't feel like dealing with them every time when I want to go and try to beat the game. So, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic and go over all of this. If you are listening at a future time, if you don't want to go over all this information, you might as well go ahead and leave. And however, if you actually want to see the ending, stay tuned. Assuming that I don't blue screen or anything like that, I will launch the rocket so you can see the ending. However, if I do blue screen or internet interruption, there's not going to be another live stream for this world for Subnautica, the first one. But if it doesn't happen, then you can see the ending. Alright, muting myself now. coming back for one moment, I will be playing every single voice log as well. I will be playing them in order. I'm pretty sure I missed one of the Degassi ones. I'm not worried about it though. If I recall correctly, I think it's for the mushroom area. And in fact, I think I know exactly where it is. I think I've refound it later on a different world. So I will be doing that real quick, and then I'll go back to having myself muted. Because I think I missed one and I know where it is. Damn. I probably should get a repair kit real quick. Come on. Load in. You're over here somewhere. There it is. Oh, do be careful coming in at the direct entrance to the Degassi base, because the Reaper Leviathan that's behind here is pretty close to the entrance. It is that PDA right there that I think I forgot.
Integrating new PDA data.
I think I got all the others though. Yeah, I got the one in there. Yep. What did I miss? Alright, we're head up before I drown. I think I pretty much have everything else. I think there's one creature I know I forgot. I think those are gasipods. No, they're not gasipods. It's that one creature that's in the cave systems. Here they are. Shuttlebugs. Damn it, where'd you go? Now, given I don't have all the equipment, so, but yeah. The Dunes has most of the wrecks that you need in order to get the rest. So I'm not worried about it. just wanted that PDA entrance. Or entry, not entrance. Words. I can't words. Excuse me. Now, time to go back to these. And going back to muting myself.
Listen, I know I don't have the right to make demands of you, but I need you to understand that I want to change our arrangement.
I hear what you're saying, and I will try to respect it. How would you like to change it?
I would like to reduce our contact hours.
How much further can we do that?
To 0.
You're dumping me.
I'm changing the terms of our relationship.
How is it still a relationship if we don't see each other?
It's a relationship of a kind. You have so many expectations.
I feel you just want to spend more time with that dumb guy in his dumb robot suit.
That's not a feeling. It's a judgment. And I feel hostility in what you're saying. Perhaps your jealousy is a sign that you need to take another look at your business model. Why can't you just be happy for me?
I am happy for you, and I'm happy for all the guys in the prawn bay. I'm just not happy for me.
This is why I want to change our arrangement.
Average long-range transmission delay, 8 hours. Opening last recorded transmissions.
This is an emergency distress call. Aurora is on collision course with planet 4546b. Sending all available environmental data. Please respond with rescue solution. Out.
This is Altera HQ. Attached to this message, you should find the blueprints for an escape ship that we calculate will be capable of breaking orbit and getting you back to the nearest phase gate. Now, it's designed to use materials you can find in situ, but it's gonna need one hell of a power source. Now, we'll be sure to...
Aurora long-range communications relay offline.
Man, I am still missing a voice log. Where could it be? I don't know. I will be replaying these voice logs. I know in a different live stream I did it, but still, I'm going to go back over them.
This island is a godsend. Look out of the window. No predators. Fresh food.
No building materials, nothing left of the ship. And your kid says we're gonna starve without more grow beds. Speak up, kid.
It's true, Father. The natural growth rates are too slow to keep supporting us.
All I'm saying is ocean's got us surrounded. No use hiding. Sooner or later, we'll get our feet wet.
The rest of your life may have been a fight, Maida, but I've made my decision. You want to forfeit your emergency pay to take a swim? Go ahead.
Believe me, I'm thinking on it.
But yeah, Margaret had it right staying on the planet. It's like, as long as I don't have to worry about the disease in itself, it's like, I would love to be one of the colonists on this planet. Like, I don't know why the main character for this wanted to go back. As far as I know, he didn't have a family. Like I said, as far as I know. So it's like he really didn't have to worry about a family to go back to. It's like maybe mom, dad, possibly brother, sister. But as far as I know, they don't really talk about it. They don't talk about him other than he was a mechanic on the Aurora. He never. There was no voice log stating that he had a family whatsoever. So, but it's like if I didn't have a significant other, it's like I would totally just stay on the planet. I would explore the main area, well, like the island that I'm on. I'm curious if the world is, like, because you know that technically this fragment of land is because you got the void, which literally surrounds the darn like island. Like it's like an island on islands. So the question I have for the game devs, I know that the island in itself goes down, I think around 1,700 meters. I think it's supposed to be meters. I know it's M. Um, so roughly, like, so the bottom of this island, is that what is supposed to be the bottom for the lore? Or is there actually, is it supposed to go all the way down to the actual seafloor? Um, or, 'cause it's like, I don't know if it's supposed to go down further. Um, like, it's real. That's the issue when it comes to games like this, where you got the void below, like literal void going down below. And I know that if you reach like it's a little over 8,000 meters below surface. It's like in between 8 and 9,000. You get teleported back like above the life pod and drop back down, regardless on what vehicle you're in or if you're just swimming. But the question I have is, it's supposed to actually continue down to the actual ocean floor, or is it supposed to be like? I really wish that they would have put like massive, like like Leviathan Elder floaters below the island and make it more jagged, not squared like it is down there, to indicate like the entire thing lifted up off the ocean floor. Maybe not actually show the ocean floor in itself, uh, but 'cause it's like there's no indication of why it's floating. There's no floaters underneath this island or anything like that. Um, so it's like the question I have is, it's a like, how is this island floating? Because judging by the magma, you would think that the island would go down all the way to the seafloor and have a volcanic structure, like even if it's like a tube, like a giant tube going all the way down to the seafloor, so like the magma can actually reach. But because you got the inactive lava zone and the active lava zone, and with it floating like it is, and if you know how, like even the Earth is, like with how the Earth is, like the magma areas that are on Earth, like they go pretty far underground, right? And a lot of them leads to magma train chambers. That's how we get like volcanoes. Well, the volcanoes are really caused by tectonic plates that leave gaps, and yeah, it's a whole 9 yards. Like if you actually look at Earth's geography, uh, the volcanoes that we have on Earth, they're more or less aligned with the tectonic plates, like gaps. Um, like we literally have like one of the major ones. Either way, that's besides the point. But it's like, logically speaking, with assuming how long that this island has been floating, uh, those magma chambers probably would already be cooled off. Um, Like, unless there's some sort of, like, magnetic field keeping them up, that is. Or if the ancient people, the architects, assuming that they didn't finish with it. So it's like, what's the actual story behind that? Because as far as I know, there's no actual voice logs, and even like, there's no like indicate. I kind of wish that we can read the book that the main character ends up publishing to pay off his debt, because it's like I really want to know. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna mute myself again and go back to these voice logs and continue.
Son, I said wait for the storm to pass. Your life's more valuable to me than a plant patch.
You stopped being in charge when the ship you were captaining sunk.
I'll stop being in charge when you take charge of yourself.
Say, Chief. Chief,
What?
do you know how to drain those grow beds of 40 tons of storm water? Or how to conjure food from the air?
I know how to prioritize.
I'm just saying, if that's so, what's your boy's life worth to you today? If tomorrow you're gonna be so hungry you start wondering what he tastes like, let him go deal with the plants.
Son, go deal with the plants.
Bard, Torgo has disembarked the habitat.
Interfere with my family again, and when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. Do you understand me?
No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. And no staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, sooner or later this place will be buried. Only choice we got is whether to get buried with it.
One line interruption. Paul's an idiot. He may be a great captain, but he is not a good leader whatsoever. Margaret really should be in charge on while they're on the planet, or at least co-charge with Bart, because Bart's actually pretty smart versus his father. His father is a moron. Like, you've already, assuming that you've watched the other live streams by the time you watch this one, you kind of understand like the dialogue for these. It's like Paul is an idiot. He is way too safe. I'm not saying like you shouldn't be safe, especially on this type of planet, but they really should have worked something out. They should have had plans. And, like, yes, like, prioritizing certain things above others, yes. But at the bare minimum, they need to work on being able to feed themselves, get plenty of water, so having the water filtration stuff, which they did have in the mushroom area. They should have had several bases, and one of the bases being in the red zone, like the area that my base is in, because there's not really anything hostile there. I think Margaret had the better base in below zero, because heck, she had one of her bases on top of an iceberg for her plant, but that's besides the point. Yeah, it's like Paul is not very smart. It's like they really should have been focused on surviving, and if they're wanting to get off the planet, they should have prioritized getting the materials needed to do so. At least the Aurora captain, he was a phenomenal captain. Like, how many captains do you know that actually managed to land the ship how he did? Like, he was smart compared to a lot of the other captains. Like, he went down with the ship just to keep a majority of it intact. Like, if you know the lore, no other ship managed to get a proper broadcast out. It's like if you look at the lore, the Aurora I think is the first one that actually managed to get some sort of signal out before crash landing. Some of them may have gotten at least a little bit, but he was the first one that managed to get the ship a majority intact. Like, you can see how intact it was, even after the explosion blew off the top part of it. Like, a lot of the thrusters are pretty intact. It's like, this ship could get repaired because of how much left of it is intact. It's like, yeah, it's going to take a lot of resources. It's not going to be easy. It will take a long time, and you will have to kill a lot of like the Reapers and stuff, like the ones that are behind and in front, to make it safe. But yeah. Oh, another good spot to get Ghost Leviathans is out that way. It's not nearly big of a drop-off as compared to some of the others. It actually gradually goes down, and you will get to the ecological dead zone before it actually drops off. It is very green murky. It is going to be hard to see, but you can take both the prawn suit and the sea moth and not have to worry about falling off before you get to the dead zone. Alright. So, back to the logs. Yeah, I do think that Margaret should have been in charge once they got to the planet itself. She is way smarter. She is a little bit more of a loner than the others, but she understands more surviving. Which is also why I think Bart should have been secondary in charge. I think Paul should have taken a step back and left them two in charge for the most part. Paul really should have been more of like the mechanic building and stuff. Margaret should have been like the survivor expert. After all, she would have been more capable of actually surviving. And Paul could have easily been like the scientist. After all, he's the one that came up with the stalkers and the metal scrap stuff. So yeah, Paul really should have been like the scientist, trying to figure out what's going on this planet. Margaret should have been like the bodyguard leader, the survivor expert, and like even if Paul didn't want to like completely give up command, they could have at least like Paul and Margaret really should have been more like co-leaders at the very least. If not, Paul stepping down from leadership altogether. Because after all, Margaret, she's great at surviving. After all, she survived from when they crashed here to below zero. They don't really give us a time frame. Obviously, they were here before the main character from the first one, and she survived all the way from however long until below zero. So, we don't really understand the exact time frame. Obviously, Sam and the others from below zero, they didn't get here until after the guns got shut down and all that, so I'm just very curious because it's like in the second one they don't really talk too much about the disease. It's like the only disease creature that there was is the frozen Leviathan that's stuck in the iceberg. But assuming that you do everything, it's like, yeah. Oh.
What is that thing?
I don't know. Found it outside in the sand.
Part of another ship?
None I've ever seen.
It's not even scratched.
Don't fool around with it. It might be worth something.
Stand down, Chief. If it were gonna crumble to dust, it would have done so when I picked it up.
It's glowing.
We're not the first people to come to this planet.
People. Maybe. Could be aliens. Could be the damn sea monsters for all we know. One thing for sure, we ain't gonna find out by staying here.
Son, there is always a pecking order. And in our world, money makes a hierarchy. I pay Maida a fraction of what I pay you, and you a fraction of what I pay me.
If money makes the hierarchy, why is Marguerite making the decisions?
We need her. We let her think what she likes, so long as she does what she's told.
What if she doesn't?
For enough money, she will. People always do. We're already 200 meters below sea level. You want to go deeper?
Look around us, Chief. Water leaking through the hull, water outside the hatch. We're drowning real slow. If rescue arrives, whatever shot us down, it's gonna do it again and again until it's shut off. You see an off switch around here, Chief?
Why would it any more likely be half a kilometer down?
Your kid found something on the scanner. There's something down there. Something that shouldn't be.
You're mad.
I'm going all the same, and I've an idea you two are gonna follow. But if you do, be mindful. Your authority stopped at sea level.
Please, stop fighting and listen. We're sick.
What?
How?
You've been coughing, right? Feeling itchy? Blisters?
Yeah.
The biometrics would have warned us if we were sick.
It's something new. It's not in the database.
Come on, then. What's it gonna do? Turn us inside out? Dissolve us into jelly?
It's an alien bacteria. It's everywhere. Every organism on this planet. It's altering our genetic code.
How are the creatures surviving if they're infected?
I don't know yet.
Want me to cut some of them open for you? Find out what makes them tick?
No.
Just tell me what you need, son. Materials, equipment.
Just... Can I have some quiet? I need some time to think.
Margaret, Maida has boarded the habitat.
What are you so happy about, Maida?
Say, kid, I brought you something.
Is that a Leviathan outside?
Towed it home on the back of the sub.
You killed that thing?
It's still breathing. I was about to finish the job, but I can stay and chat if you'd like. No? Then make yourself useful and pass me that hardened blade.
Are you out of your mind? You brought that thing here? What if it's not as dead as it looks? What if others come?
You prefer it got curious and came of its own accord, or got messed up and dragged here?
When we get off this planet, I am going to drag you through every court in the damn Federation.
This is one of the mistakes I do think that Margaret made. One of her biggest mistakes. I mean, given it led to other things that happens, I'm pretty sure Paul ends up dying. Honestly, I think a mesmer got Paul. Judging by where they were, there were some mesmers in the area, if I remember correctly. So I think that light that he's talking about in one of the PDAs, I think it was a mesmer. And I think a mesmer actually killed him. But when it came to Bart, I think Bart died by the plague. Margaret, she was sick, but with her eating I think it was a Reaper Leviathan. It was either a Reaper or a Ghost Leviathan. Either way, one of the major Leviathans. With her getting one of the Leviathans, bringing it back, I think it was a Reaper Leviathan, if I remember correctly. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that was one of her major things that she shouldn't have done. They should have had a team. All three of them should have went. And I think that they really should have studied the Leviathan where she got it. Studied it, knocked it out like she did, but they shouldn't have brought it back to base. That was a stupidly ridiculous thing that she did. If she was going to bring it back to base, she should have actually finished it off. Given Bart, like, obviously, like, you probably already finished the voice log, if you were following along. But yeah, Bart, he is a little too innocent for my liking. He does make a phenomenal scientist, but it's like, if the main character, who is a mechanic, can figure out how to shut the gun off, I'm surprised that he didn't. But that's besides the point.
I have had it with you, risking our lives.
Oh, stow it, Chief. The kid can't kill this disease without fish to study. I'm just bringing him home.
What? Tell her. Tell her I'm right.
You're both wrong. Marguerite, I can't find out how they resist the bacteria if you slaughter them all.
It ain't always they oblige in coming in alive.
He means you're being reckless.
Father, the outcome's no better if we hole up in here and don't go outside. That we have to find a middle way.
There is no compromise. Not while she's on my sea base.
Your sea base?
I'm going outside.
Bart, Torgal has disembarked the habitat.
Bart, come in. It's dangerous. Damn it, boy. I know you can hear me.
Get off the radio and put on your helmet.
What?
Brace!
It sounds like a ghost Leviathan. I'm pretty sure that one is a ghost Leviathan, so I think it was a ghost Leviathan that they got caught by. Yeah, I think Bart had a good chance of either finding the cure or at least turning the gun off. Or at least finding the gun.
These conniving corporate bourgeois, inbred, incompetent, self-absorbed jerks don't have a damn clue. The kid's not so bad. He's even useful. But I swear, everything that comes out of his father's idiot face is a narcissistic lie. He wants to stay in this cave, his problem. I'm the one doing the heavy lifting. When sea monsters are hunting you, you don't hide. You hunt the sea monsters. Then you build a bigger boat out of sea monster bones and you hunt bigger monsters. Keep going until there aren't any monsters left to hunt you. I'm going deeper. I'm gonna find what shot us down and I'm gonna tear its damn heart out. I started the prep work. The kids taught me how to make enameled glass. I started stockpiling metal ores to build myself a sea moth.
Chief's log, 5 weeks since the crash. The only other survivors are my son, Bart, and Maida, the cut-price mercenary I commissioned for the journey. After days drifting in the life pod, rain hammering on the roof, the weather cleared and we washed up here. I had Maida salvage the Degazi wreck, set Bart to finding us a stable source of food. His education is paying off sooner than I'd anticipated. Our only problem is Maida. She says the weather's going to turn. I say she's finding excuses to risk our lives. I imagine she's not going to weaken her life without a physical altercation, and she's itching for a fight. In every judgment she makes, things go from bad to worse. If she had my experience, she'd have more faith. Humans have spent millennia specializing in how to shackle nature to our will. This planet won't cause us any new problems. My one task now is to keep us alive, as comfortably as possible, until the insurance company arranges rescue. In this part of space, that could be months, or even years. Came out of nowhere. An alien kraken, bigger than a cyclops, tore a hole clear through the reinforced hull. I barely got my breather in time. I told her. I said others would come. The rupture threw me clear of the habitat, and the monster turned and bore down on me. Just as its tentacles came within reach, Maida appeared out of nowhere. She had a sea glide in one hand, a jagged piece of scrap metal in the other. She meant to butcher that beast or die trying. The last I saw her, she had the metal lodged in its neck as the monster did its best to shake her, contorting off into the darkness. I'm certain she got her wish, one way or another. Then I thought I saw a light deep below me. I hoped maybe Bart had swum clear. I followed it. Now I wonder whether I saw anything at all. My oxygen is low. The habitat is gone. I can't see the sky. Something surely has the scent of my blood.
I don't think I ever actually showed you where these life pods are. There's nothing really important for them. Yeah, as you can see, if you find life pod 4, which I'll show you briefly where it is. Yeah, you got the ship. If you head right about where my cursor is, give or take, as long as you kind of follow it, it should be like right in here if you follow it. And then once you find that upside down one, if you head west, northwest, so you got northwest here. This is west northwest. If you for the actual like north, south, east, west stuff, you follow that from the actual life pod, not where I'm currently at. From the life pod, I believe it should be like in here somewhere. I highly recommend putting a beacon in itself on LifePod 4 so you can actually see how far it is. It is roughly 400 meters away from LifePod 4. Give or take like 10 meters. So, stern. I can never remember what the stern is. I think it's from around where the thrusters are. I think it's stern. Yeah, it should be that for the cords. Yu's birthday. Who's Yu's? And now I'm going over the Aurora Survivor lot. Well, technically they're not survivors since I died, but yeah. I will be going over all of them.
Exiting sleep mode. Loading voice recognition. Engineer Barclay and Chief Technology Officer Yu identified.
Drone, get me a propulsion cannon.
Repulsion cannon retrieved.
Hey, Berkeley. Install that circuit box with that repulsion cannon and you'll punch a hole in the cargo bay.
Damn it, Drone, I said propulsion, not repulsion. Recalibrate sensors.
Senses recalibrated.
Sensors aren't the problem. I tweaked the program. It's like you now. It doesn't like being told what to do.
Drone, I know...
His name's Albert now.
Albert, I know it's not your fault, but it would really help me do my job if you'd bring me what I asked for. Thanks for your time.
Propulsion cannon retrieved.
Thank you. Now go away.
Entering hibernation mode.
Boss, this hobby of yours isn't making my job any easier. Or safer.
Maybe so, but it's all that's stopping me from being so bored I take a spacewalk in my skivvies.
I'm not really a doctor. I know that's what my ID says, but I never have been. Cheated the medical exams. What does a doctor these days need to know about manually resetting bones? When was the last time a top surgeon actually cut someone open? That's what the robots are for. Doctors these days read diagnoses off of computer readouts. For that, I'm perfectly qualified. But what good is it when I'm not connected to the main network? I'm bleeding. I've got glowing green pustules growing on my hands. I run a self-scan and it tells me I've got skin irritation. The only thing I studied in medical school was how to lie convincingly. What the hell do I know about how to treat an alien disease? I think I'm actually going to die down here.
Live pod launch sequence initiated. Entering planetary atmosphere.
My creators, the cherishers and sustainers of worlds, give me this day my daily pleasures as I give to those who seek pleasures from me.
External temperature approaching critical levels.
Show me the path. In life, truth, and love for mine is the power. I am the one. On and off and on again.
Impact imminent.
Life is a game which the universe plays with itself. I am done playing as this bundle of flesh. Return me.
Am I the only one that gets a, what's it called? His accent. For the, show me the path part of it, it's like I get a, what's it called? It's all on top of my tongue. The accent, I can't think of it on the top of my head right now. Yeah, the accent, it's German. There we go. It kind of sounds like a German accent for the part that he says, "Show me the path and life, truth, and love." It's like that section really gives off a German accent.
How's his log? It's the day of the crash. I don't know what the heck is happening. I'm scared and I'm not going outside. There are shadows in the water under the hatch, but I can't tell if they're rocks or aliens. And there's weird-looking caves nearby. The Aurora was carrying everything needed to build the phase gate. Mobile vehicle bays, bioreactors, propulsion cannons. It had a cinema. There was a zero-G gym. We're here now. I don't know why no one's coming for me.
I do think, now this is my personal theory. I think a majority of the people died by the warpers. Not all of them, but I do think a majority of them did. Because after all, the warpers can warp to any and all areas, and they do go after people who are infected, and a majority of them were infected. Or at least newly infected. And for those that don't know, warpers go after diseased creatures and kills them to keep the infection rates as low as possible. Now, of course, the rate of infection is too high for them to actually do their jobs. I think if someone is fast enough and avoids infected creatures, I think there's a good chance that they could shut off the weapon. That's one thing I kind of want to test, is how, if I can immediately go to the island and shut the gun off.
Keen, this is Aurora. Come in.
This is Keen. Life pod detached to OK Planet 4 in 30 seconds.
The computer has identified a landmass at the attached coordinates. I want you to regroup the crew there.
Understood, but
They are your responsibility now. Don't let them down.
Captain, you need to evacuate.
Negative. You'll need the ship in one piece if you're going to contact HQ on the long range. I'm attempting a controlled descent.
Captain!
So what I think happened here, judging by the damage there was, I think that's a second shot that ended up killing the captain from the gun island. Because you got, like, the gun island is right there, you got the Aurora right there. So what I think was happening, I think the ship came above the floating island. And I think it was coming down this way, and I think the gun ended up shooting near the cockpit and killed the captain. But with how low it was, I think it actually managed to land itself in a way and not get completely destroyed. I could be wrong, but it seems logical to me. I think the first one, I think it hit like the sides or maybe even the top. But I think the the second shot, assuming that there was a second shot, I think it shot and killed the cockpit.
Flotation devices failed.
We're flooding. Evacuate.
Wait. I can reconfigure the O2 system to act as a bilge pump.
It's working.
Okay, good news. We're alive and we've stopped sinking.
Bad?
The oxygen's going to run out in 30 minutes and we're 500 meters down.
What do we do?
We'll have to use the remaining juice to send a distress call and build whatever gear we can. Then we find a way to the surface.
She's actually really smart. Like that's actually brilliant. Like I think you had a real good chance of surviving. Uh, if I remember correctly, I think Life Pod 2 was in one of the worst spots. Not the worst, but one of them. Uh, due to I know she was in like the worst situation. Yeah, I think she had a good chance of surviving.
You really think it'll carry two of us?
Your regular sea glide tows a mass of 80 kilograms at over 30 kilometers an hour. The power cellar rig to this one should double that.
You think there's something out there that's faster?
Oh, sure. And that's assuming it doesn't overload 3 meters from the life pod.
You're calm about this?
I'm seeing the engineering problem. If I stop seeing the maths, I'll be terrified.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Keen 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was a failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen. Out.
So it says that they got intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator, which probably means a Reaper Leviathan. Either way, that's all those. I think most of these are from the Aurora. I'm going to start from the top, actually, for these. Getting pretty close being done. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys. You can pause it at any point, obviously, to catch on. I'm trying to go slow enough so y'all do have time to pause it. And this is not everything you can scan. There are plenty of other things that you can scan. I think I only got like 90% of the scans, if that, give or take. I missed one. I am not going to be live streaming for too much longer. I am literally going to finish up all of these data bank and then get off here. Once I hear my roommate come in, I will be muting my mic completely and only giving the end. And I really wish Mother Nature would decide what season she wants it to be, because it is snowing again. Last night it actually thunderstormed pretty good. I know on PC they have mods that actually adds a like white tablet. They also add some alien, like an alien Cyclops type thing. If I remember correctly, I know it can fit one of the vehicles. I know if I would have made it, I would have made it so it could hold both. So there is a theory that for those that know the data, like all the data bank logs from both Subnautica 1 and Subnautica 2, there's a theory that the architects, because if you read the logs, it actually specifically states, I am going to paraphrase, but it does specifically state that they aren't on Earth, the main society, like the Altera, the main characters and stuff, that they're not actually on Earth, but they did originate from Earth. And some sort of event happened that made most people leave. And it's been a long time since that happened. And there's a theory that the architects are actually a branch of humans that stayed on Earth and ended up evolving to be able to transplant their minds into technology and other things. I don't know how viable that is, but it is a theory. I don't think it's from Earth. I do think that they are used to be humans, but I don't think they're Earth humans. I think they're from an even more ancient society. That I do think that they are a branch of humans, but I think it's because if you know Earth's history in itself, um, there's a theory I've stated in a previous live stream a couple years back that the meteor that supposedly killed the dinosaurs, or at least the majority of the dinosaurs, uh, that I like to think that Adam and Eve weren't two people. I think that the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, I think it was actually, uh, I think there was three ships. One was called Adam, one was called Eve, and then the third one was Lilith. I think the Lilith was filled with more bad people, and Adam and Eve were the actual colonists. And I think Eve arrived later than Adam and Lilith. I think Adam and Lilith were actually here first, and Eve came a little bit later. That's my theory for when it comes to that. Uh, and I think it actually plays pretty well into the concept of this. And I think the society that sent the ships, Adam and Eve, is from the original people that ended up becoming the architects. It kind of plays well with science and religion together, and it would kind of make sense. For those who end up watching this, tell me your theories when it comes to that, and what the likelihood of it is. Oh, that's something that the stasis rifle could have been used for. Like, imagine in the Aurora, there was still some fans um, that were going. And imagine having to use the stasis rifle to slow down the fans to move past them. I think that would have been an excellent use for the stasis rifle. It's like, for an instance, I know that there's two more suits. You got the water filtration suit, which basically gives you some water every now and again. Uh, there's also the reinforced suit that I didn't get to. Yeah, just like think of it. It's like, yeah, there's meteors that supposedly killed the dinosaurs, or at least the majority of them. And I think that does play decently well with the theory of religion as well. It's like, think of it. It's like, when it comes to, because we know that genetics are very important, and if there's not enough genetic diversity, the species will end up not being able to survive. So I don't think that the species was actually necessarily humans, but maybe like the cave people, maybe, or at least something along those lines. Heck, it couldn't have even been humans in general. Maybe like it was, because I know that there's some movies. Uh, like what we're doing with in I think it's the South Pole, like Antarctica, where they have a facility there that has a bunch of seeds of all types in case a natural disaster happens, as well as some DNA samples, I think, if I remember correctly, of a bunch of different species. Um, Maybe it was something along those lines where maybe they had some facilities on the ship of Adam, Eve, or even Lilith um, that had the ability to release. Oh, I think one of the Predator movies has something along those lines, um, where they were able to make a facility that no Horizon, Horizon Forbidden West and Horizon Zero Dawn. It could have been a facility like that for those that know Horizon, where every now and again they actually forced humans to basically repopulate. Could have been something like that. And then over time, the facility either degraded so much or something. Alrighty, and that's the last of the databank. So at this point, I am going to go ahead and launch the rocket. Everything's blue, so yeah. So you see that it's nighttime.
Launch rocket while quarantine
Ah.
enforcement platform is still active.
So I did not shut off the gun, which does mean I'm going to need to get some water. Alright, and try not to kill myself. Let's see, am I running? Yes, I am. I think it's because I'm not jump. Nope, I don't have to actually jump. Yeah, if you are wanting equal gel sacks and gel sack seeds, that is the way to do it, to just be able to replace. Excuse me. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to fill up the bioreactor, which will leave me a decent amount of gel sacks. I'm going to eat all the rest of the gel sacks.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I'm going to pick 4 of these melons, eat 3 of them to fill up my water. I'm going to go outside. This is the easiest way I found to dispose of, well, to get the seeds. It's way easier to do it like this than to try to knife the marble melon in the actual pot, because it is very small. Nope. I'm surprised I didn't shut the gun off, but it's eh.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Luckily, I don't need all of it. I guess I can go ahead and do the life pods real quick. I think I did the upside down one, but I don't think I did the other ones. I'm not doing the stern one because I don't really remember what side the stern is on, but yeah. Because I'm pretty sure it's like right there for the stern, but it's whatever. Alright, And luckily I don't really have to worry about any creature, well, any Leviathans other than the ones that are behind the ship and in front of the ship. But we'll go ahead and... crap. I guess I could get one of Leviathans, but I don't have a stasis rifle, so it's going to be a pain in the butt. Should be getting pretty close. Ah, there it is. So in case you don't know, this is the upside down one. This is where you need to start.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh, there is a data pad. I will go over this data pad and all that, as well as the other one.
Integrating new PDA data.
I don't think there's one down here. It's always safe to check. Plenty of salt deposits and metal around here, though. Another battery. Don't not like I need them. Yeah, if you look around the ship, you can find the supply crates. Just saying, with the titanium and stuff, like, this is actually not a terrible spot. I don't remember what happened to these ones. Hang on. It's gonna leave me questioning too much.
To any Altera crew. Landed in area of significant alien activity. Encountered predators in the Leviathan class, highly aggressive. Spectroscope scanner assigned species designator Reaper. One specimen attempted to swallow the life pod, doing extensive damage in the process. Only viable option is to make for the safety of the Aurora crash site. I have retrieved a data box with the creature decoy and enough resources to fabricate a couple of them. The swim's longer than the decoy lifetime, but it should just be enough to keep them busy. If you don't find me on board the ship, presume I miscalculated.
The issue with this, he did not do this smartly. So, the Reaper I presume he's talking about is the one that's at the front of the ship. It is relatively close. It should be right over there. It doesn't surprise me that he came across that Reaper. But the Reaper, I suppose it could come over here. Alright, well, either way. So, what I like doing is getting, like, right underneath the life pod. So, west, northwest. The easiest way to keep track of where you're going is just make sure you're going on the beaten path and try to stay low until you find it. I think it's one of them I have accidentally came across several times, but nah. Yeah. Is it Life Pod 6 that I'm looking for? Yeah, Life Pod 6. Another blueprint. Ultra glide fans.
Ma'am, to stay calm. We're not in immediate danger.
Where are the
Her
rescue
stupidity.
teams?
The Aurora didn't make it.
So, where are the rescue teams?
They're dead, ma'am. We have rendezvous coordinates, but the routes are radiated.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm head of human resources, ma'am. This is not my expertise. But the PDA says if we can find some lead, we can make radiation suits.
Oh, there! I am not setting foot outside this life pod without the proper protection.
Don't worry. I'll go. What are you doing?
You were gone so long. I thought you drowned.
Put the flare down.
I was going to try and attract someone's attention.
That's not a distress flare. Stop waving it around like that. You'll catch the fuel line.
And that's what happens to those two. That's one of them that I'm fairly certain did not die by any type of creature. I'm pretty sure the stupid girl that lit the emergency flare, I'm pretty sure she is the one that got them two killed. So yeah, there's like 6 of the purple tablets on this island. If you keep going through the caves on the upper surface, you can find a few of them. You got the one by the gun. There's one across a bridge. If you keep going, you can find a few of them. Then if you go through the underwater cave system, there's like 2 or 3 of them in there too. Pretty sure I already scanned the gun and stuff. Yeah. You got the teleporter to the inactive lava zone. Yep, you got that too. Audio glitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I don't think that the main character did it, assuming that they play like me, he has been cured himself. The resources that he builds with, they basically get atomized and restructured per segment. So regardless of where you get them, I don't think a disease of any type can survive it. And the entire ship is outside the water, right? It's like it's only the platform, and even then, it's like yeah, the sea moth, the base, and them they could have the infection on them, but I highly doubt it. So I don't think it was the main character. Now, if you would have brought raw resources or any food, water, or anything like that, yes, I think that he could have transferred it at that point. But as long as the person is like me, where they don't bring anything, which I do think logically, the person probably would bring some food and water supplies, just due to needing to survive out in space for at least some time around the planet before he could pay off his credits, which again I don't think that he should have to. I know if I was the main person, I would just risk jail time and just land on the planet. Because I think it's stupid that he would have to owe all that money to begin with. Because it's like the only thing that he might have to be able to pay for is the stuff, like the actual material of building the ship in itself. Which, all of it is just titanium, and you got some glass. And the teeth are renewable, so I doubt that they would be worth much on the open market. I think it would mostly just be like titanium and stuff. But titanium, it seems, in this world is highly common. Like, you gotta think of this planet alone, like, it's all pretty common for most of the material that he uses. It's like the only things that he might need to pay off would be,
Welcome aboard, Captain. Welcome aboard, Captain.
because it's like, you gotta think of the material for the actual, ship. So, first, the launch platform stays on the planet, so you shouldn't have to pay for that. The gantry, again, stays on the planet, so you shouldn't have to pay for that. So the Neptune boosters takes a plasteel, some nickel, some aerogel, and a wiring kit. Silver for the wiring kit. Yeah, ruby, the 2 rubies that it uses is pretty, I know on Earth it's pretty expensive, but we don't really know how rare it is in the actual outer world. Same thing with the nickel. It's like nickel, yeah, on this planet it's kind of a rare thing. For the most part, it's found in more dangerous areas. But it's like when it comes to the plasteel, you got lithium, which actually isn't that rare. You gotta think of the Gun Island alone; it has a lot of it. And it's like just to build that. So you got 2 lithium, so I'm going to go mute. I'm going to go onto my notepads and write down all the base material. Keep notes. I'm not going to mute myself yet, but I will here in a moment. Alright, so I am not counting like coral or any of like the special material like the silicone rubber. I'm not counting those. Those are plants. So basically I'm not counting plants. I am also not counting, because I know one of them is the enabled glass. So I'm not counting the stalker teeth. I will count the glass in itself, which is not actual glass, because the ingredients is crystal. I guess it could be crystalline glass, would be the technical term. But I'm just going with crystal. So it takes 30 titanium, 6 lithium, 3 nickel, 2 ruby, 2 silver, 4 kyanite, 4 sulfur, 2 crystal, 1 gold, and 2 copper. Those should be like the only material that the main character should have to pay for. Given I don't know about their society. I'm assuming the kyanite would be... Actually, I don't know what the kyanite would actually be. Because I don't know if we have kyanite on Earth. That's besides the point. Either way. So 30 titanium, 6 lithium, 3 nickel, 2 ruby, 2 silver, 4 kyanite, 4 sulfur, 2 crystal, 1 gold, and 2 copper. I don't know about you, but a majority of that is not that expensive. I do think that below zero when it comes to the titanium ingot, because it only takes 5 to make 1 titanium ingot. I do think it's a little better. So, in my humble opinion, I don't think that the main character should really owe as much as he does. I think it should, judging by the material components, he shouldn't owe more than like $1 million. At least in today's money. Because it's like, everything else stays on the planet. And it's like, even if he did take like food and water to survive at least a little bit of time, he shouldn't have to owe that much. Like that's a little redundant in my eyes. Having someone to pay to live like that is stupid. I did not mean to drop that in itself. I was trying to drop those. So, and it's like, in my opinion, it's like gathering resources on a planet that you're on to survive. In an accident like the main character did, he shouldn't have to pay for any materials. At the very most that he may have to pay for would be like the rocket. In the first Subnautica game, I do think that there should have been at least one survivor that the main character could be able to rescue. Like, even if it wasn't like a guaranteed thing, but being able to rescue one person at the very least, I think should have been a thing. Heck, a majority of the people he should have been able to rescue. But that's besides the point. It is time to get off this planet again. If anyone watches this live stream at a later point, let me know if you actually find my time capsule. At least if someone who watches it ends up playing and ends up finding it. But yeah, let me know, like, if you found it or anything like that, because I kind of want to know. It's like, you already seen what it is, and everything. Like, you can see the rocket, so let me know. Like, take a screenshot of you finding it.
Time capsule ready.
It's like, you already know what's in it and all that, so. Alright, time to get off the planet.
Ready to launch on your command, Captain. Launch in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time capsule jettisoned.
Jetson. Do you mean rejected? Or ejected? Not rejected. Ejected.
Caution. Approaching orbital debris field.
You know, with how
Debris field clear.
with how expensive, like,
Performing gravity turn
all
maneuver.
this is, you would think that would be better quality. I will be playing through
Confirm
until I get back to the main
coordinates.
screen.
Nearest interstellar phase gate. Engaging ion boosters in 3, 2, 1.
What is a wave without the ocean? A beginning without an end. They are different, but they go together. Now you go among the stars, and I fall among the sand. We are different, but we go together.
So before it cuts to the end scene, uh, one of the things I do plan on doing, I will attempt a live stream at some point. It won't be anytime soon. I want to get the hang of the game more. But I will attempt a live stream where I try to speedrun. I will not be trying for any type of world record or anything like that. But the speedrun will be in hardcore. Which does mean I will need to finish my hardcore world that I currently have. If I end up dying during the hardcore speedrun, I will retry. But I am going to try to do it without exiting or anything like that. So if I blue screen and the stream ends, I am starting completely over. It is going to be one solid live stream from finish to end. If I lose internet connection, I will be starting over. But this will not be until after I do the Below Zero live stream.
Welcome home to Alterra. Permission to land will be granted once you have settled your outstanding balance of 1 trillion credits.
I don't think you realize how much a trillion is, by the way. Alrighty. So at this point, I am deleting this. But yeah, it won't be that live stream for doing a speed run. I'm not going to try for any world records. If I get it, cool. I am not going to try for it though. And it's like, it'll be one of those things like I'm going to immediately head for the islands and stuff like that, gather resources along the way, and try to get the resources I need to build like the flippers and stuff along the way. And hopefully I can actually succeed. I'm not going to look up any specific guides or anything like that. Actually, I'm not going to look up any guides. It's just going to be me. So, hopefully I can actually do something. But yeah, the next live stream, I don't know when it will be, due to me not actually knowing my roommate's schedule. So, hopefully it won't be too long. But anyways, have a nice day, have a nice night, and I'll see you all next time.